So I've been meditating for over 20 years and I've used meditation apps on and off during that time, things like Insight Timer. I've listened to hundreds of Joe Dispenza meditations. I've tried Headspace and Calm, and here's what I've realized. They all fall short in the same 5 ways. Now look, these apps are really good. They're better than not meditating at all. But if you're serious about transformation, not just relaxation, they're all missing something crucial. So in this video, I'm gonna break down the 5 reasons meditation apps don't work for lasting transformation. Then I'm gonna show you what I built to fix them. So let's dive in. Now, before we get to the reasons, let me be clear. I'm not here to trash these apps. If you're gonna, choose between doing a guided meditation on one of these apps or not meditating at all, choose the app by all means. But meditation on any form is definitely powerful. But here's the thing. The meditation app industry has got a problem and the stats prove it. Only 10% of people stick with meditation apps long term. 90% quit relatively soon, and even among those who use them for a few weeks, about 70% don't notice the transformational results they were hoping for. They might feel a little calmer, a little more relaxed, but real transformation, rewiring your mind, manifesting your goals, that's all falling short. Why? Because these apps were designed for mass consumption, not personal transformation. And that's what I'm gonna break down right now. The 5 specific reasons they don't work and what actually does work instead. So reason number 1, why those apps don't work, the library overwhelm problem is what I call it. Now, I remember when I first heard about Insight Timer, I was excited. I thought, this is exactly what I've been looking for. Guided meditations in an app. The first week I was like, okay, this is pretty good. Second week I started thinking, hey, this is getting a little redundant. By the third week I realized something's missing. This isn't calling to me. And here's what would happen every single time I opened the app. I'd be faced with thousands of choices, literally thousands. Insight Timer has over like 130,000 meditations. Calm has hundreds, and Headspace thousands. And every morning I think, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do today? I'd start scrolling, not searching, reading descriptions. Should I do the anxiety one, the manifestation one, the morning energy one? I'd pick one, I'd start listening, and then 2 or 3 minutes in, I'd think, I don't like this one. Maybe there's a better one. So I'd go back, trying another, same thing. It was exhausting. You can probably relate. And I was actually spending more time searching for the right meditation than I was actually meditating. And here's the ironic part. The whole point of the meditation is to go within, to let go, to find peace, to connect with that universal truth, and to be in the now, not caught up in the past or the future. But these apps had me doing the exact opposite of that. My mind wasn't really present. It was thinking, I wish I had something different than what this is giving me right now. And quite frankly, that goes against everything meditation is supposed to be. The problem isn't you. The problem is decision fatigue. And when you have 130,000 options for meditations, you can't pick the right one. Your brain gets overwhelmed. You settle for close enough, and close enough doesn't create transformation. So reason number 2, one size fits all content. That's a problem. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Joe Dispenza. His meditations, some of the best I've ever found. If you've read his books, and I've read all of them, you know he teaches you how to rewire your mind. He understands what meditation can do. His work is profound. I love his meditations. I really do. But even with Joe's meditations, which are far better than most, keep saying that, I kept wishing they were directed specifically to me in my situation. I wanted to use my name to speak to my specific situation, to address the exact thing I was working on that day. And instead, they were made for everybody, of course, which meant they were still somewhat generic. And even though they were more powerful than most, and here's what would happen. I'd be listening, trying to reprogram my mind around a goal I was manifesting, and the meditation would be talking about raising your vibration, creating your future, which is great, but it was all in just general terms, not about my goal, not using my name, not addressing my specific doubts or fears. And sometimes his meditations felt really long and I'd lose focus and my mind would wander. And then there's this fine line, right? There's repetition that helps something become part of you, and then there's repetition that just becomes boring and less appealing. And his meditation started feeling real redundant after a while. And that always bothered me. So here's the truth. When a meditation is made for 1 million people, it's really made for no one specifically, right? It might help, like resonate with you generally, but it doesn't speak to you, to your specific struggle, your specific goal, your specific life. And that's why your brain drifts. At least that's why it has for me. And because on some level, it's not personal. Reason number 3, no real life connection. A lot of meditations I was drawn to were about manifesting and goals. That's what I was kind of looking for in creating the life I wanted. And specifically, I was trying to overcome my doubts, my limitations, my past failures. So I'd search for meditations on those topics, and then I'd find stuff on manifesting, overcoming fear, but it was always generic. I would miss the mark with them. And I just always felt let down. I wasn't pleased. And because the meditation wasn't addressing my specific doubt and my, limitation, my past failures, it was talking about those things in broad general strokes. Close, but not quite. And, close doesn't create transformation. Reason number 4, it's not sticky. You quit. And this is the big one. This is what happens to 90% of people. You download the app, you're excited, you use it for a week or two, and then you just stop. You forget about it. You don't open it. Eventually, you cancel the subscription. Why? Because it didn't keep your interest, because it always seemed to miss the mark. Now, part of that is on you, right? You have to show up. You have to do the work. I'm guilty of that. But part of it is the lack of creativity, the lack of customization, the lack of being able to make the meditation about your situation. That's how I felt. I bet you can relate. When something doesn't connect, when it doesn't land, you don't stick with it. It's not calling you back. There's no pull to return. You're not thinking, I can't wait to do my next meditation tomorrow. You're thinking, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll skip it. It's more like a have to. And that's how apps end up being deleted. And here's what the stats show. Like I said, the cancellation rates in the meditation app industry, they're staggering. People sign up, sometimes for free, sometimes paid, and then they just don't use it. Why? Because, like I've been saying, the generic content doesn't create lasting habits. When a meditation speaks to your specific goal, when it addresses your specific struggle, when it feels like it was made for you, that's when you want to come back. That's when it becomes a practice, not just something you try for a week. Reason number 5, no evolution over time. Here's something most people don't think about. When we're meditating, it should be growing with us. It should be learning from us. It should be helping us with our current situation, not where we were 6 months ago, 2 years ago. We should be elevating, growing, ascending. And the meditations we do should evolve with that. But most meditation apps, they don't do that. You listen to the same morning meditation every day, and after a while it gets stale because you're not the same person you were when you started it in the past. Your life's changed, your goals have changed, your challenges have changed, but the meditation, it's the same. Even apps that let you pick from categories. What do you want today? Are you still just giving you that same generic option? They're not actually learning about you. They're not growing with you. I wanted something that knew me, that understood me, that was tailored to where I was that day. What I'm working on at that point in my life, but the area of growth I'm focused on, the level I'm at, that's what I was looking for. And I couldn't find it anywhere. You might, relate to that too. So those are the 5 reasons meditation apps don't work for lasting transformation. Library overwhelm, one-size-fits-all content, no real-life connection, not being sticky, and no evolution over time. Now, I got so frustrated with these problems, I decided to build something different, and that's how Guyde was born. And let me show you how it fixes my app every single one of those problems. Problem number 1, the library overwhelm. Here's my solution. Create exactly what you need in 2 minutes. Instead of scrolling through thousands of meditations hoping one fits, you just create exactly what you need and you want then. You type in what you're dealing with, you give it a title and a goal, and you pick up background music if you want to, or sound. In about 2 minutes, you have a fully custom meditation made specifically for your situation. No more searching, no more decision fatigue, just exactly what you need right now. Problem 2, one size fits all. The solution I have, the meditation that you create are specifically for you. When you create a meditation in Guyde, it's not generic. It's addressing your specific situation. Let me give you an example. I created a meditation to help me overcome one of my past fears and limitations, like a failure from the past. But I didn't want it to be generic. I wanted it to walk me through those specific things, help me process what was, stopping me, release it, and then guide me to raise my vibration and visualize my future goals. So work through the past into the now and into the future towards where I want to go. So I typed that into Guyde and it created a meditation that did exactly that. It talks about my past, my fears, my goals. It uses language that resonates with me, that most of which I provided it, and it addresses the specific blocks I'm working through. That's the power of custom meditation. It's not made for 1 million people, it's made for you. Problem 3 was the real life connection. My solution. Based on what's actually happening in your life, you can create meditations for anything you're dealing with in real time. Nervous about a big meeting, create a confidence meditation for that specific meeting. Struggling with a relationship issue, create a meditation that addresses that specific dynamic. Working toward a financial goal, create a manifestation meditation for that exact goal. It's not close enough. It's exactly what you need. Problem 4 was that it's not sticky. People didn't stick with it. So my solution, you actually want to come back. Here's what I found. When you have a meditation that's speaking directly to your goal, you want to listen to it. You get to be creative. I create meditations for my specific goals every month, and I almost always hit those goals at work. That motivates me to keep doing it. Why? Because I'm listening to something that's rewiring my mind toward that goal. Not generic success, my success. When it's personal, it's powerful. And when it's powerful, you stick with it. So overcoming problem number 5, no evolution. My solution, create new meditations as your life changes. Your life is constantly evolving. Your goals change, your challenges change, your growth areas shift. With Guyde, your meditation practice evolves with you. You can create a new meditation whenever you need one. And I recommend that constantly. And this week, you're working on confidence. Maybe next month, you're working on abundance. 6 months from now, you're processing a major life change. The app grows with you because you're creating the meditation you need when you need them. And for pro users, there's a journaling component that is extremely powerful, so cool. And the app gets to know you. It learns from your journal entries. It can suggest meditations based on what you're actually going through. It's designed to help you grow consistently, to stick with it and to see real transformation, not just feel a little calmer for like 10 minutes here and there. Now, I also did build a library of pre-made meditations for times when you just don't want to create your own and you're like, hey, I would like to, see what else is in there. And these are highly specific, highly different than what's out there. And sometimes you just want to pick something, and I get it. But I tried to make that library more specific than what you find elsewhere, not just sleep meditation or anxiety meditations, but deeper, more creative, more targeted to what people actually face. So here's another thing. You can use your own voice. You can read the script the AI creates and record it in your own voice, or choose from multiple voices, or pick different background music. You have complete control over what your meditation sounds like and feels like and what it says, because it's yours. So here's what I want you to do. Go to Guyde.io. That's Guyde.io and start your 7-day free trial. Check it out, try it out. And I recommend trying the pro version so you can experience the journaling component too. That's when things get really powerful. But at a minimum, here's your homework. Create 2 to 3 or more meditations this week. One about something you're dealing with right now, maybe a fear, frustration, challenge. One about a specific goal you're working toward, something you want to manifest or achieve. And one for your morning or sleep routine, something that gets you going for the day. So just use it every day. Start listening to them all the time. See what happens. I think you're going to feel the difference immediately, like I have, between generic meditations that kind of fit and custom meditations that speak directly to you. That's where transformation happens. The link's in the description, Guyde.io, 7 days free. Go try it now and let me know in the comments, what have you not liked about guided meditation apps? What do you wish you could have done that doesn't exist yet? What will you create your first meditation about and why? Drop it below. I'm going to read every comment. I genuinely want to hear what you're looking for. And if you want to see exactly how to create a custom meditation step by step, check out my other video where I walk through the whole process live. I'll link that in the description. Thanks for watching. If you want more videos on meditation, personal growth, transformation, hit subscribe, hit like, all the stuff. I would really appreciate it. These apps I mentioned are good, but they're not enough for what you're trying to create. You deserve meditations that actually speak to you. That's what Guyde does. I'll see you in the next one. Talk to you soon. Much love.